Come on, nigga, come on, get up. Yo, switch up. Yo, we going in after that, man. Yo, it's Afrika, Bambaataa, switch up. Come on, yo, inside the peaceland. So peace, man. Come on, damn, it's so hot out here, yo. Southside forever. Come on, crossing as a pedestrian, watching the streets as a fellow listening. Plotting that mark the innocence, the feet on the graduated, mirroring the ones that dreams and haven't made it. With a gold cross wrapped on my collarbone, long enough for the sun to hold on to, keeping it shine so your eyes couldn't see the crooked seats only through the eyes of the Mona Lisa that I painted. And yet I was the one, the same one that I painted on, realizing the real that was harder to rock like it was inside of a stone, resemblizing to another that to connect on. Wrong and right, then I make another right just to write down that I was right inside of a head of a Methodist, to tell which stuff a method is, to list God's gifted abstinence factor in the bones of a bracket bastard that haven't lived into the masculine trash freaking dream thrown from the garbage past the fence as he forgot between the real and pictures painted from the collages that's witness of his peace. Come on, hey yo, cause I'm like Moses for my people from the design of the mind. You can't an abolitionist that went against the design of the mind. That life is like many metaphors inside the design of the mind, which was inside the design of mind. So peace, come on. It was Afrika Bambaataa. They said Afrika Bambaataa. They said Afrika Bambaataa. Come on. Yo, what you sing about the fifth block right now, yo? Come on. I feel like an obese walking with the sun, and with my son that soon the moon will see, as the earth will be hungry as my stomach digests the pasta of deep fried just to ask who is it isn't. From the isn't human to listen, the all that like to living from a land of the Philly, as I've been thinking since I was looking at the abolitionists and looking up to Fofsina, believing that been the blocking by the sun, to looking at how peoples became blind since I was really looking at the trying to believe within the Muslim religion who visits the sickness and confusion, who can't choose between heaven and hell. So hasta la vista, the gospel that feeds us, with pajama that seats us, with preachers that pass the pastor's passion to keep us from division. A dividing land, a peaceland, fools run, only the few run the data before physically showing the action with a peace. To the peace, my dog, as the hyphen that reach, as my eyes close, as the time where I can see the violence to the peace from the transformation of the harbor that sleeps, as the power of a rapper that sells the life and says that it's been a while. But I don't, but when I connect it, not like a cursor, since I got no utensil, but connected like a unibrow of a pure Ethiopian thinking of stopping the peace for the peace, breaking the streets like blind Arab police. You're not to eat, but unknowingly understand to have to kill to eat, nigga. Come on.
Yo, this the peaceland. Yo, it's the peaceland.
Elaborate synapse that adapts with five attached to life with light that match this, so if I can how come out of the bracket, stand now and see what you not been missing. The true was the last minute to see the early practice of Mozart dreaming before his train of thought had to pause since it was regulated by the government. But who is the government regulated by? With two of my naked eyes not able to see close, like snapping your slime and bone to share it with your paralyzed friend. As God says, then watch it, and then realizing when you're on a wheelchair that is every life for itself. Well, could've expected that one when you was blasting at me. Nasty was the kind of look that you gave me. Didn't know what to do with it, so I trusted, fully knowing that I could have fed hundreds of kids and children. Life could have been tried, but who tools? And you knew that I didn't as I dived in it, not fully expecting a trap, but got ambushed in the desert. And how can that be with black crack fiends dead left on the streets with nobody damn to claim them and buried under your feet? Now I mean that is shame.
Come on, oh yo. Peace, man. 1-1. It's brother your brother right now, dog. Come on.
Hey yo, cause I'm like Moses for my people from the design of the mind.
We can't tell abolitionists that went
against the design of the mind.
Cause life is like many metaphors inside the design of the mind, which was inside the design of mind. Come on. It's been inside the peaceland. So peace, man. Come on. It's inside the peaceland. So peace, man. Come on, this is Afrika Bambaataa. Come on. This is Afrika Bambaataa. This is Afrika. Come on.
yo, as I'm African Bambaataa, I got another chance to live as human. Would give his semen to live and give life to as we're semen in search of new life, dude. As that bring alive hip-hop back as we speak now. It ain't about the money it can't be, just described all in just one object. For an objective for us just to live rich is not to live happy. For us to be clever enough to get all that money, one must be stupid enough to want it. Flaunting with salt in the womb from the jewels that you flashed last afternoon, to insidious with inflammatory inscriptions, collecting confessions for forgiveness. As I believed I was stronger cause my God carried a hammer and yours to die on a tree. After speaking, I didn't hear any questions, but my own regrets and disbelief. And even thinking that made me guilty as hot as Africa, so I put on the AC. But even AC's filthy as death takes me, leading with the rigor mortis I've had fallen with no hella cutting helen. So the soul became a cannibal jealous, cause the secret to creativity is knowing how to your sources, or how to hide your sources, disregarding consequence. So let the surface as deep as they could reach it. But who wants to picture the beat and act? And what you wasn't depicted to be to make them eyes see or make them eyes cheat and bring deceit to them. But when they close them, they get closer to death. Cause there is no other answer, no, but there is not. It just must be waiting. It must be waiting, just wasting your time. Violating life, the way to live. The way to live with your young death. Thinking about all their mistakes and regret, nigga, come on. Freestyle, come on.
Peaceland, south to peaceland, so peace, man. 1-1, south to peaceland, so peace, man.
1-1, ayo, cause I'm like Moses for my people
From the design of the mind,
recanting abolitionists that went against the
design of the mind. If life is like
many metaphors inside the design
of the mind, which was inside the design of mind. Come on, that's been south to peaceland, so peace, man. Boom. Shake it, dog, as I'm feeling it, yo, I'm feeling it. I said peace, man.
It's a pitiful thing what you just said. Pitiful. Why is it pitiful? Because it's true. Hip-hop is celebrated more in the world than it is in the United States. And even worse, New York don't even know what hip-hop is. Okay? Forget the Bronx, okay? Yeah. Okay, gone. Not the people of New York. The people of New York know exactly what's happening. But the radio, the executives that work that, the consumers, they go and buy stuff. New York is already gone. New York forgot what hip-hop is. Philly is the murder capital of the world. They don't know what nothing is. Washington is been a ghetto. First of all, Washington ain't even a state. I mean, forget that. I'm just saying that, wow, you just got me thinking about a whole bunch of stuff. Wow, you know what? Rephrase your question.
What's missing from hip-hop now here in the States?
fault the president. I do fault the president, or challenge the president, actually. I hear enough challenges. Let me not be another one. But there's a stark raving truth about hip-hop being an American-born culture and foreign cultures exploiting it. The reason you vote for a president is to protect the citizens against these foreign intrusions. BMG is German. Universal is French. Sony is Asian. There's no American record companies making money on American artists. Jay-Z worked for China. He don't work for America. This is the president's problem. Why are there no pressing plants pressing CDs in the United States? Why are we pressing CDs in China, Indonesia, and India? This is Obama's problem. Hip-hop is an American-born culture. Kool Herc, Afrika Bambaataa, and Grandmaster Flash should be given presidential medals of honor. There should be days set aside for these people, if not a week, where federally, you don't have to leave work and all of that, but it's on the books that we recognize hip-hop's creation during this time and these three dudes. That's Obama. Good to see you. That's Obama. That's what your president is supposed to be protecting us from.